Welcome to the late night hearth.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Alright,
I
first,
got an ad for potatoes.
what?
What?
Titles?
You have a
Potatoes.
bag of potatoes?
I got an advertisement for potato
For
farms.
this?
Why
I
did
have a
why
bag
did
of
you
sliced potatoes and they're fried.
your
Anyways,
French
hello.
They're
fries?
old chips.
Okay, anyway. So we're gonna start things off by introducing ourselves for those who are new listening to the podcast, or for those who are old and want to hear wacky introductions. And though I say the same thing every single time. Tony, say hi.
Hello.
Brian.
Heyo.
Dan.
Greetings, everyone.
He's been getting a little too
Nice.
much into D&D recently.
That was a good tongue roll.
Oh,
And Misky.
Hi.
I'm just waiting
Hi.
for Zariza.
Hello.
Hi.
I was so blunt. It's like I never get straight. I never get like just straight up hellos. I get like all this weird stuff usually.
If Brandon's on the podcast, you never get straight hellos.
No, if Brandon's on the podcast, we get like a
How
"How do you do, Mr. Protosian Knight?" Like something dumb like that.
He does some stupid like metal thing. He goes,
Yeah.
it's Taro Adun.
or he'll try to do guttural vocals, but he just hurts himself.
Hey, what's up, community? We're just getting started. Today we're going to be talking about the effects of technology, but before we talk about the effects of technology, we're going to be
Message
talking
from
about
our
our
sponsor.
week. So, Tony,
We have no sponsors, by the way. Oh, hi.
how was your week?
Yes. It was pretty alright. That big project I was doing, with my group, we finally finished that. We finished it Monday night, and it
Nice.
was due Tuesday morning. It basically is just a bunch of finalizing stuff and figuring out how to bind and document the books that we did.
Nice. Nice.
It was really cool. We felt really confident. There was some really cool stuff presented in class, and I'm really inspired to do more now. For once, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of
Whatchamacallit.
hard to get that inspiration feeling from classes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
especially when art feels competitive, but at the same time you gotta get yourself away from that. Basically, I'm not gonna go into the spiel again. We talked about it for like the past 2 podcasts. Go watch them.
If you want to watch the last 2 podcasts, they're on the YouTube channel because I finally successfully uploaded something. I know,
He finally
rare for
just
me,
uploaded them.
but no.
Found the
What are
button-
you
found the
talking
button
about? Right?
finally?
I didn't just upload them. I uploaded them late last week.
Did you finally find the button?
I
Stop
found the
lying.
button.
Yo, nice.
Yeah, it took
Yeah,
me.
he
It
found
took
the
me a
button
while.
He found the button that said upload.
Yeah. I feel bad because I have a description that says I'll find sources over spring break, and I never did.
It's fine.
So it's whatever.
I have a button that says I'll find sources over spring break. I didn't do any of that. I just procrastinated.
I didn't procrastinate.
I feel
I was
Said,
just-
sound like a really good procrastinator.
I didn't procrastinate. I was
didn't
just
procrastinate.
no. I was exhaustipated. Too tired to
It's-
give a crap. You know, like
I wasn't
I'm
procrastinating.
going.
What are you talking about?
I'm
I just
gonna use
didn't
that
have
term from
enough
now on.
energy to
You're
care.
you're gonna use exhaustipated.
Yes, that is amazing.
That feels like something Tony would say, though.
That is something Tony would say. Also, enjoy me screwing my cat back on my table. So
ASMR.
ASMR.
Alright, I'm being kidnapped by the gulag. I'll see you
Oh
guys
no!
later.
Oh no!
No.
No! Don't torture Casey anymore.
Say hi to Casey for us.
Yeah, say hi to Casey.
Is it?
I'll say hi to Casey for you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Four.
And
What
then there were
are you
four.
playing, Jin?
I ate a sandwich this week from Jersey Mike's. The name
Good
was
job.
the number 4.
Oh,
Yeah, it's Jin's favorite sandwich. Anyway,
What would you
Ryan.
give it?
wait, hold on. I
What
wasn't
score would you
finished.
give it?
Oh, Tony, were you not finished?
Yeah, I wasn't finished.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Barely even started.
So
That's
we
fair.
we finished that project. It was fun. We talked about a little bit about inspiration. Yep. Other than that, I really didn't do too much this week. I started working on a project for my other class, and actually started doing stuff for my other classes. But other than that, I really just kind of sat around, cooked a bit. I made cookies this weekend, or not this weekend,
Nice.
this week, and
Nice.
they're actually really tasty. Um, what else did I do? Yesterday I did a bunch of work for one class, which was the project I mentioned not too long ago. Basically, you know that poster we were talking about last
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
I'm expanding on that now, or at least on that
I
theme.
saw
And
some of it.
did I send it? Oh,
I saw it. I think in your own server,
the in my own server.
or was it in this server? It was
It,
either.
it might it was in this server,
Uh,
but I'll actually post the one real quick. We don't have to pop it up on screen at all. But I did that.
so if you want to look at this, you can type in the little Discord code. Look up discord.com and look join server, and you type in that code, or you can click in the link below to join the community, join the Discord server.
Yeah.
Look, go to the gallery. I'm working on a directory, so it's a little bit easier to look around stuff. But anyway,
Oh, here's a fun one. So I had a art mix and mingle today, which is it basically dealt with a bunch of alumni, what they're doing now. We get to ask them questions and stuff, and that's pretty cool.
sorry,
So, huh?
but that name sounds like a dating service a church would
it-
like come out with.
It really does. But what can you do? Anywho, what was cool though is we got into one of the breakout rooms because this is being done over Zoom. We're all introducing ourselves. We're all graphic designers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This one person mentions that she works at Twitch as a product designer.
That's
And
pretty cool.
And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. So when it got to my turn to introduce myself, I mentioned that I do commissions for people on Twitch. Not self-promoting, by the way. I do commissions for people on Twitch and other people, family and friends. And she kind of was like, "Oh, this is really cool." You know, so we started hitting it off a little bit, and I ended up making a LinkedIn and then getting a couple connections today. Hers
Nice.
was one of them.
Nice.
So it's pretty
Maybe I
sweet.
should actually talk to people.
But yeah, that
I
was.
thought you were just gonna stop there. It's like maybe I should actually talk to people.
Yeah, no, that's also true. Maybe I should just talk to people, like new people.
Yeah, because we don't exist. We're
No.
just figments of your imagination.
Yeah, I'm actually just talking to myself, and I'm in an insane asylum
Your
right now.
imaginations of
Eric is really good at doing different voices because he has split personality.
No, I don't. I don't have split.
I have multiple personality disorder.
No,
Why-
that just sounds
why-
like Joker.
Why do you sound like have you guys seen? Okay, you know Total Drama Island.
Yes.
Yes.
They have like they had a new series. This character named Mike, and his entire personality was he had
Yes, I
multiple
know.
personality disorder.
Yes, I know.
No.
And then there was an evil anti-Mike, which was one of his personalities.
Anti-Mike.
Anti-Mike.
Wait, not to get into politics or anything, but how would that? Okay, if it applied to our friend Mike, how would that be?
We're gonna talk about that later. The
That's
anti-Mike.
Oh,
Oh
so
wait, you know what? I'll
dude,
say.
it's so funny.
The
Sure.
anti-Mike would be like
Super Republican.
would be super right wing. I wouldn't even say Republican. He'd be like beyond Republican.
That's funny. But I guess other than that, it was a really hard time to get out of bed. I have no energy right now. It's hard. Especially since I just came back from HEMA practice not too long ago. I'm pretty dead right now.
Dude, do some jumping jacks.
No, you can't make me dead. What was it?
Get your
doing?
blood pumping.
No, dude, I had my blood pumping for freaking hours while I was swinging a sword around and doing footwork drills.
Ah, yes, combat.
Ah, yes.
Alright, what else do you do? You got connected with people on LinkedIn, and you finished your project. You made some posters. I mean, that seems like a pretty successful week if you ask me.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. I don't feel like I tried that hard. I mean, I did what I needed to do, but the fact of the matter is I could have been doing one more thing. But honestly, with just a bunch of after like a big week project where it's like, oh, it's just everything is go, go, go. You have to focus really hard. I wanted this week to be a little bit more lax. But then for whatever reason, I'm like, oh, I'm still gonna be hard on myself because I didn't try as hard, even though I wanted this week to be a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
Feels weird.
Yeah,
But
I'm sitting here thinking about stuff I did this week, and then my initial reaction is, "You did nothing, you lazy
butthole.
butthole, yeah. Lazy bum,
You lazy
you lazy bum."
beanbag.
But I did. Like, I'm going through the list. I'm like, wow, I did that. I did that. But anyway, Ryan,
Yes.
how was your week? Pretty sure Tony.
Yep, I am done.
Hey, my week was kind of like last week. It was pretty exhausting. I feel kind of burnt out
Oh
right
yeah,
now. I'm
not
hitting. I'm
that
hitting
non-disclosed place that you work.
the one that we've named plenty of time called
Yeah.
Tanners.
Yeah. To be fair,
Um,
they probably don't know which Tanners we're talking about. There's only like 5 stores named Tanners in this area.
in our general area,
They're all owned
Um,
by the same family.
they are, which is psychotic. But there was. I'm not gonna get too deep into the drama, but somebody was. It's like you know how annoying teenagers get with drama,
I'm a teeny. Still, not for
but
much
we're
longer.
also adults.
Yeah, we are also adults.
So this has nothing to do with teenagers. This has something to do with adults acting like teenagers.
Wait, adults? Like people over 18 or actual
Yes, like people in
Oh,
their
okay.
30s and 40s acting like teenagers
Oh.
with BS drama, talking behind someone's back.
Oh,
and
are
it
you
just
talking about the morning crow?
yeah, and it gives me a headache just to see how immature people can be. I want to make something very clear. If you get away from a specific group of people because of the way they act and then act the exact same way, you are a hypocrite, and I find your attitude pathetic.
Wow. Good job.
Remember
Just
those?
scolding a bunch of people.
Do you remember those that your that your coworkers came in to like watch the podcast?
And then we were talking about a certain subject for 30 minutes that we will not talk about.
Episode 6. Go watch it. It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, that's when I talked about this one
That-
anime with a very bad plot.
And then I argued that this sort of anime
Okay,
has
we're gonna
really
stop
good
right
plot
there, Chris.
sometimes. Oh my god, that was such a scuffed episode. I love it.
Yeah, it had like the plot. This anime had the plot of off-brand anime. It was like very. It wasn't off-brand anime. It was not off-brand anime. It was just delete that message, please, Tony.
Yes, sir.
The highlight of my week is I watched Zack Snyder's Justice League.
What was that?
The 4 hour long HBO Max movie
4 hours long.
that was what was originally supposed to be the Justice League movie before Joss Whedon
So you spent 4 hours.
crapped all over it.
That was
Yes, but it
that's
was
a
worth it.
long movie. How
But
was
it's
it?
worth it. I can't even put it into words how much of an improvement it is from the original. It really goes in depth with the story. Like
So I watched.
there's so much development and just
Is
the
the Justice League the one where Batman goes around, or is where spoiler warning, when Batman revives Superman? Is that the one?
yes.
Okay, so my problem with that, or not my problem. The fact that I liked about it is that they non-stop poked at Batman for not having a superpower, and being rich was his superpower. And I was like, finally, they're not making him as cool as the other superheroes because he's not. He's just
He's
a dude
rich
with
He's a
with
rich
a
dude.
lot of riches.
and dresses like a bat.
But he
Yeah.
also has a bunch of cool equipment. That's pretty
He
sweet.
That's part
But
of being rich, Tony.
So the thing I liked about the Zack Snyder cut, Bruce Wayne,
Mhm.
is that he seemed more like a human being
Yeah.
than a rich dude
That man is one of the best
feel,
heroes of all
feeling
time. Don't diss my man.
guilt.
Brandon, you only relate
Brandon,
to
I will-
Batman because he's dark, brooding, and depressed. He's not cool, okay?
Okay. Also, if you want to know the best superhero in the DC universe, look at my profile picture.
Wait.
Nightwing.
I like Beast Boy. I like
Beast Boy is
Raven.
cool.
Raven's cool.
Hey,
Yeah,
Eric,
she's also dark, brooding, and depressed like you.
Yeah,
Eric,
but I
have you-
agree. Yeah, what's up?
Eric, have you ever seen my really bad Beast Boy cosplay?
No, I want to see this now.
Yes.
Okay, basically, I didn't have the outfit, but I made myself green.
I miss
Well,
the original team.
my friend made myself green.
Have you seen my really? I wouldn't call it really bad. I just didn't do the body paint.
Oh my god, it's so scuffed. Wait, this is when I had short hair.
Have you seen my? Oh wait, is it in podcast?
I'm very ill and depressed, Beast Boy.
Where is this?
Where is this?
I'll put it in podcast general.
Okay. So.
Oh,
What? you look like an orc.
That's
You
what I was
look like an orc.
Look, man, I bought
like
I-
Shrek.
no, Shrek is layers.
What's up? I'm Shrek Jr. here in the big city. All right, welcome to my crib.
This
It's like an orc in the modern day, an urban orc.
An urban orc.
Yo, what up? My name's Shrek Jr. We live in Bloodhaven.
Holy
We're gonna
shit!
go join the Teen
Wait
Titans.
a minute. Wait a minute. I still had my watch back then, dude. I stopped wearing my watch because the freaking like went out of sync. And I'm pretty sure the battery like kind of screwed itself.
I don't think that's possible, but continue.
Yeah. That was there was okay. And what's funny is
Not
the
wrong,
day
Batman.
after there was an event called
Twilight.
Autumn Effect.
Okay, hold on. Can I respond to chat real quick?
Yeah,
Okay,
go for it.
you're not wrong. Batman is one of the most relatable superheroes ever. You can't fly like Superman. You can't be fast like the Flash, but you can turn your pain into something good like Batman did. Okay? My counter argument is you can be like Superman. You can hold his values. You can understand what and how he thinks. You can strive to be like Superman. You can strive to be as smart as the Flash. He's a very ingenious scientist. You can strive to be what?
What is
Isn't Barry a scientist?
He is, but he's a specific
Physicist.
kind. It's a no.
No, chemist.
No. It has something to do with
Exactly. Chameleon
he works-
says my point. He's too rich to be relatable. Like Superman's literally a farm boy, like who grew up and just happened to forensic science. That's what he is.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
like I personally can talk to a forensic scientist that I know or a forensic scientist and study versus a millionaire. Sorry, I can't talk to a millionaire. Also, Batman does not kill. That's why
That's
Batman
why
is-
Batman v Superman is a bad movie.
He does.
You're not wrong.
He does kill. He's dead. They had to bring him to like the pool of revival or whatever.
Batman didn't kill Superman.
Also, that thing with Batman, I like how this podcast. We'll get to it. We'll get to it at an hour. We'll talk, or at half an hour. We'll talk about it for an hour.
Go for like 45 minutes. 'cause
So
it's half.
so Batman does not kill. But in a video game, you literally shoot a person with a tank, and the video game tells you that they're incapacitated. I'm sorry, but no. That's not how
Dude,
that works.
honestly, that's like GTA logic. You like run into a bush and your car explodes.
But you're not dead.
There's no way Batman hasn't beat someone up enough for them to die. Exactly.
Oh, he 100%.
Also, can we... I'm just gonna bring this up. Marvel is better than DC.
It is.
It just
Oh
is.
boy, here comes
It's
okay,
just
here comes
is.
this can of
Okay,
worms.
the DC animated movies
DC
so
animated
much better
movies
than-
I love.
are amazing. I've been watching a
DC
bunch of them.
DC TV series way better than Marvel.
Oh yeah.
Movies other way around.
Okay. DC has been coming out with some good movies though lately.
I don't know. Every single time they've
'Cause
attempted Batman versus
Wonder Wo-
Superman,
the-
it was horrible.
But the first Wonder Woman was really good.
Yeah,
Shazam was amazing.
I haven't watched the
Aqu-
Shazam.
Aquaman was also really good.
I haven't watched
'Cause
Aquaman either, so maybe I should watch. it.
Jason Momoa as Aquaman is perfect.
My
'Cause he's
favorite,
not playing Aquaman. He's just being Jason Momoa.
my
in a
favorite
suit of
image of
armor.
yeah, my favorite image of Jason Momoa is him, his bodyguards. This
Yeah.
guy is like 7 foot tall, and he has two bodyguards that are like 5'11", 5'9", or something, and it literally looks like the henchman in the boss. It doesn't look like his bodyguards. It's really funny. I can't really compare the movies
Hey Eric,
to shows. I didn't compare movies to shows. I said that Marvel's movies are better than DC's movies. DC's shows are better than Marvel's shows. I didn't compare.
What was the? I have a question for you guys. What was the first DC animated movie you guys watched? For me, it was
probably
Justice
something to
League
do with
Crisis
Teen
on Two
Titans.
Earths.
I can't answer this because I'm not into any of this.
Why did you send me? What is this?
I forgot to send this to you a long time ago, and it is really funny. Just look at. Hold on, where is it? look at Yasuo's.
For me, it was Batman, Superman, the animated
Or
movie.
look at Yasuo's
And-
Sounds
mentions.
good.
Yeah, no problem.
Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. Those are the first two I watched.
I don't know.
Changed my life.
I think it had something. I don't really remember. Batman has an strict no kill rule. Which is the focal point of most Batman's. Okay. Tell me that when he's not wearing iron knuckles basically all the time and driving around in a tank shooting things, blowing up buildings. like he has to have killed someone in collateral damage at least.
I don't think there's any way he hasn't killed someone by accident.
Yeah, he definitely has.
He's like, I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
Have you seen that College Humor thing where it's why the camera never shows Batman going away? That's because he's really bad at he's really bad at walking away, and it's him like just waddling away. He may not directly kill people intentionally. People have definitely died from something he's done. Exactly. So, anyway, Dan, how was your week? Since we've been on this tangent forever.
You guys were talking about comics, like Marvel and DC stuff so much. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Kind of blanked out a little bit.
This is the most.
This week.
Yeah, this is the most fun
Yeah.
topic.
This week, a lot of stuff happened to me. My older brother gave me his PS4 because he just got a PS5.
Oh, nice.
So I have
Damn.
this
Free
my
lucky.
first
PS4.
PlayStation console, and I have like a history of exclusives I need to get to.
I got some games I haven't played yet. If you want to try them out, I have God Eater too, and I have it on my PC, so I don't have it on my PS4 or want to borrow it
But
or whatever.
played a little bit of Uncharted.
Nice.
Pretty good so far.
I haven't played Uncharted. How is it?
It's it's pretty good so far.
What happened so far?
Well, you're trying to find the lost city of gold, but it turns out there is no lost city of gold. The lost city of gold turns out to be a statue, and it was hauled away by the Spanish. So you're on your way to try to find this so-called statue.
El Dorado. Sorry, I just thought
El
of.
Dorado.
I just thought
Good
of
Eagles.
I just thought of the.
Yeah.
El Dorado is also a good Eagles song.
El Dorado is a great movie.
It is a great movie, but it's also a great Eagles song. You
It
should
has
listen
many
to it.
Desperado.
memes.
Oh, that's Desperado. God, I'm an idiot.
I was sitting here. I was like, "You gonna notice the movie, not a song."
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony, for helping me. This just tells you how drained of energy I am.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking straight. Help
Brian
me.
or Brandon says he's Batman, guys.
Yeah, no.
Confirmed.
Brandon,
Somebody called Jared Leto.
I'm Batman. I'm
Who do we
Batman.
want to call? Okay, who would be a better
Yes.
Joker
Yeah,
for
I'm the
Brandon?
Joker.
Okay, hold on. Who would be a better Joker for Brandon Batman? Jared Leto or
I'm
Joaquin
sorry to
Phoenix?
bring this up, but
Because I think I can't take Jared Leto seriously as the Joker,
Yeah.
so I definitely can't take Brandon seriously as Batman.
have you seen Harley Quinn's animated thing? I've watched that. That was pretty funny.
No, not yet. I gotta watch it.
So what's
You
really...
shot him with a cancer
Yeah,
ray.
that's what I was gonna bring up. It was she picked up a random gun and shot it at someone, and
I
it's
saw the clip.
and and he goes, "What did that do?" I don't know. Why doesn't it do anything? What's the guy's name? What's the guy's name? Jim?
I don't.
Jim, I'm so sorry. You got shot with the cancer ray. Harley Quinn, why would you shoot me with the cancer ray? Why do they even have a gun for this? I love. It's so dumb.
Forget this. I'm going with my wife and family.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with my wife and family to spend my last few days on Earth. Cancer ray. Yeah, we're gonna get GDK official. If you don't know, usually we talk about our weeks for like the first 45 minutes.
Oh,
then
hey,
we get
Golden.
into the topic at
I
hand.
was gonna say, is that golden?
Yeah, it's golden.
Oh, it is golden.
Yo, it's
Oh,
been a while.
It has been a while.
Like I kind of needed to check the profile picture to understand who the heck it was. Oh, I was like, oh,
I
it's
s-
golden.
I saw
What's
the
up, man?
I saw the snowflake and it looked familiar.
I don't.
Good.
Where's the snowflake from?
It's from a winter event. I actually have one too.
Oh, okay. Dan.
Yeah, more. Other than that, the miniatures that I was supposed to get on my birthday just came in the mail.
Nice. And you're waiting for the right humidity to prime them.
Well,
Something.
first I need to assemble them, then wait for the right humidity to prime them.
Wait, why wouldn't you paint individual parts?
Because it's just much better.
Define much better.
It's just in general, like I'm trying to remember the reason.
Is it because the pieces won't fit together?
Yes,
paint
yes,
them?
because the glue, the plastic glue, it will not fit properly. I mean, yes, people do sometimes do sub assemblies like with heads, but to do sub assemblies is its own process, like tape and stuff like that.
I just like to see the guy that used duct tape on his miniature. That would
Not
be
duct
funny.
masking tape.
Duct tape.
Yes, yes,
He
the
just-
miniature is
he just-
filled with tape.
He just puts it on the board. It's like a mummified duct tape thing. Like, all right, this is a tyrannid god or whatever.
Uh, like, this is is my chaos Damon Prince.
It's just a ball. It's just a ball of duct tape. It doesn't. Uh, so
What chaos god does it worship? Ductapius. That's not a real chaos god. It is now. Ductapius, the chaos god of duct tape.
all of a sudden, you find yourself wrapped in duct tape. Anyway, what else have you done during your week?
Other than that, nothing much else.
Okay.
Just Skyrim.
Of course. Why not
Yes.
play more Skyrim?
Why not play more Skyrim? I still need.
Did you hear they're releasing it for the next gen consoles?
Why wouldn't they?
I'm
wouldn't
joking.
be
I'm joking.
surprised.
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised either, honestly.
I mean,
It's gonna be Skyrim
it's-
remastered two times
gonna-
over.
it's like it's been like 10 years since Skyrim released, and only just recently we got a teaser for Elder Scrolls 6.
Well, I
Like,
mean, they
look
made
at
their
GTA.
money, right?
Look at GTA 5. I
Yeah.
mean, that came out ages ago. And
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
there's still been no real speculation on GTA 6.
Yeah, true that.
I mean-
they
Wait,
keep saying it's
isn't
coming out
Rockstar
soon.
basically bankrupt?
No.
Not really. I mean, they keep pumping out content, and people are going to keep wanting to play it, right?
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yeah, they keep pumping out stuff for like GTA Online.
Oh,
Yeah.
Tall.
No, dude,
uh,
GTA Online has been a thing for ages.
Tall.
I know, but they
Telltale.
keep pumping out content for it.
Telltale died. That was a while ago.
Telltale,
Telltale. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
they died. That was a while ago.
which sucks because they do have good games.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
like Minecraft Story Mode, which was mediocre.
Guardians of the Galaxy story mode is really good.
I haven't played. I haven't
Tales
played
from
any
the
of those.
Borderlands.
Tales from the Borderlands. I love that game.
You're the
So
only
funny.
one running, pal. I can fly.
All right.
Anyways, Elder Scrolls Oblivion, the game that was released before Skyrim, released in 2006.
And there's
Skyrim
many
released
memes about
in
Oblivion.
2011, so that was like 5 years between
Crazy.
between Oblivion and Skyrim. So yeah, it's been like a 10-year gap, and yes, in between that was Elder Scrolls Online, but still,
Yeah. Oblivion has lots of memes. I love it.
yeah, like it's just so-
Oblivion conversation or Oblivion NPC conversation. Have you seen the one with the old lady? He's like,
yeah.
"Do you park yourself on people's paths or whatever?" And she keeps approaching him with a stick.
Have you heard of the High Elves?
Oh my god. Yeah, they're freaking amazing.
Anyway, I
But
guess
yeah.
I'll swiftly talk about my week if you know.
Go for
Go
it.
ahead.
I didn't do a lot this week. I learned a song. I started relearning another song. So I started learning Nutshell.
Hey,
And then I started relearning Back in Black on the drum set.
Eric, why
hold
did you learn Nutshell?
on. Because
Well, in a nutshell,
I decided I liked the song and that Jason hasn't released any information about it and he's head of the project.
My question is, are we releasing
I don't know. It's not
as
it's
the-
not
as
any of my
the band,
business.
or is he releasing it under his thing?
So anyway, I gave my snake more injections.
Oh god.
He is doing okay. He still has a protruding bump on his nostril, so the vet wants a recheck. Last one is Sunday, but he's still trouble breathing stuff. So So he's gonna get a recheck just to make sure everything's okay.
Or both.
And then I relaxed, played video games, and
And that's it.
organized some of my study. Even though it's a little disorganized right now, I did go through a lot of paperwork, and then we had guys over basically almost the entire week doing work on the house, like different thing each day. That was fun. I cleaned the basement, just normal stuff. So yeah, that was it. Oh, I got to very hard difficulty in StarCraft 2 on AI, Dan.
Oh god.
So hard difficulty is in like the 90s APM, right? Easy enough to get to. Harder is like 100, 120, 150 APM. Very hard is 350 APM.
Why?
It is so hard to keep up with. I had not. It was my warm up game. I was like, I'll do a warm up game, whatever. Very hard can't be that much harder than harder, right? And then I'm out here like I think I'm doing well. I'm flooding a little bit. I'm going for a macro build, and all of a sudden, hi, we've showed up with Hydra Roach Ling. You're dead, and I'm like, oh, I'm dead.
You are dead, dead, dead.
So yeah, it was interesting. So, and we're preparing for Clash, which is happening tomorrow and Sunday. So yeah. There's that.
Yay, League.
Yeah, League, Ryan's favorite game.
Hey, I've been getting kinda better.
Kinda better, yes.
And
I'm better at Ash than I am at MF.
That means you found a champion that more fits you. That doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but
I do
mean,
want to learn. I do want to learn mid instead of bot.
Okay, I'll let Tony teach.
Huh? Teach what?
Cool, Tony,
Tony,
teach me talent.
Tony, no, don't teach him.
I don't even know how to freaking play Talon. But I mean, he doesn't seem that hard, but he's got a lot of intricacies.
You know what? We can get Pup to teach him.
I mean, he doesn't seem that bad to play, but
let me start on like a basic
I
mid
can teach him mid lane. I can teach
Yeah.
him Ari. I can teach him Lux. I think Ari
I
would
can
actually
teach
suit
him Lux. Dude, Lux
I think
is
I-
easy.
I actually think that Ari would be a bit better, mainly because she utilizes dashes and Talon also does.
I think having someone who can hop over walls instead of dash through.
For him.
Yes.
Well,
I think I
I'm
need
just-
to teach him jungle.
I'm just thinking from a mobility sense.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about this a little bit later. I'm
Yeah.
imagining.
I mean, I think it's best for him to learn how to jungle, so he understands what roaming is.
Yeah.
What do you
Just-
need to do? Teach me bard?
No, God no. I teach you an actual jungler. Anyway. Speaking of which, do you know why the meta? Because Ryan 2, this Ryan, the other Ryan, brought up something fun about the meta. Do you know why the meta is what it is and not in pro play?
Oh,
Do you know why the
right.
meta is what it is instead of the most optimal build? Like instead of the most effective tactic available, the meta's different in pro play. And do you know why that is?
Why?
It's because pros don't want to be seen playing e-girl champs. They refuse to play e-girl champs. Which is the funniest thing to me. The meta in pro play is defined by a single fact of them not wanting to play girly champions.
That makes sense.
I mean, people were playing girly champions fine for years, and then all of a sudden Seraphine showed up. And Yumi. Anyway.
In short, blame Seraphine.
In short, blame Seraphine. Yes,
And
Seraphine.
Ari.
No, Ari's not that.
No,
bad.
Ari's been with the game like for
Yeah.
since vanilla, right?
No, not vanilla. She was
Vanilla?
released in 2011.
Who says vanilla?
Vanilla League of Legends.
Vanilla League of Legends, as if we're gonna mod it. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break here, and then once we get back, we will talk about.
Get on topic.
Yeah, we'll get on topic. We'll talk about the effects of technology on brain. Not super in depth.
Brain.
On brain.
On brain.
Hold on, I'm trying to get to the thing. Stream manager. Here we go. All right, we're gonna take a quick 1-minute break and be right back. We are back. Yes,
Now
we
we
are.
are.
All right, so now we're going to be talking about the topic at hand, which 40 minutes into a podcast seems ridiculous, but I figured let's start with softer topics.
40
You
minutes
know,
into a
and
podcast seems ridiculous. Looks back at our old podcast, they're like 2.5 hours long.
Yeah.
Remember 30 minutes of bleep.
That's fair. So we're going to be talking about the effects of technology. Sadly, on that list will not be Harley Quinn's cancer, right? But we will be talking about how computers and and consoles and TVs affect us
I think we lost Ryan.
in our daily lives.
I don't know why I
was
found it so funny.
Joker's laughing gas.
Oh no, Ryan, leave the room.
I don't know why I
Ryan,
found
Ryan, check, you're gonna get blasted by the cancer ray.
I don't know why I found that so
Harley
funny.
Quinn, why did you blast me with the cancel ray?
It just
I'm gonna
The way
I'm gonna go see my family. Anyway,
I'm good.
you good? Are you sure?
I'm good.
You're
I'm
positive?
Laughing gas
I'm
out.
good.
The
I'm good.
cancer ray is not gonna make you
Shut
laugh
up.
again?
Shut up.
Okay, stop mentioning that. It's just going to trigger Ryan again.
Rule of threes.
Rule of threes?
Eric. Rule of threes.
You're right. I only did 2 right now. Of a
No,
third.
but Tony said it.
Yeah, but Tony's not me.
What did I say?
Exactly. See, he didn't even remember.
He's-
Anyway,
Moving on.
effects
Red
of
Hat Toad,
technology.
Turn red.
Okay, so we found some articles. We dug up some stuff, right? I should probably bookmark so I can put them into the description. All right, there we go. So I dug up some stuff that I found pretty interesting. Tony mentioned to me that he tends to hyperfocus while using technology, using computers, right? And hyperfocusing is a symptom or an effect of ADHD, which is attention deficit disorder, or no, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, because ADD is no longer a thing; they're just melded into one now.
Yeah.
So I got like a nice summed thing from medicalnewstoday.com. It's basically they link to their own sources in here, which is pretty good. It's more about an article, or they link to other articles and different studies in here. And then I found Duke.edu did something on this. So I'm gonna read just the quote that Duke.edu includes in their thing, and when we can talk about this for a little bit. And I'm gonna ask you guys if you've experienced this, or if you've seen this happen, or what have you. So also, this is the quote. Also on days at risk Also on days at risk adolescents use technology more, they experience more conduct problems and higher ADHD symptoms compared to the days they use technology less. That Madeline J. George. So, Tony,
Yo.
have you noticed this because you have ADHD? You were
Yeah.
very open earlier in the podcast about this. So.
I think there's more. Okay, I'm quite confident that with the amount of viewers we have and the amount of people we have here, I'm very confident in saying that most of the people in this stream have ADHD
That most of us do.
or some form of it. Now that's a relatively broad assumption, but I know most of the people that are here, um, we've all been affected. But yeah, I can definitely attest to what Eric is saying. And even right now, I'm having a hard time focusing with this stuff because right now I'm tired. But also, the other thing I would imagine.
Yeah. Ryan,
Yes.
is that your answer?
What?
To the question?
Is that your final answer?
I'm gonna say
You know
that's his
what?
answer. I think that's good enough.
That's that's really
Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
not paying attention.
Example, me.
All of us.
Alright.
Discombobulated.
I legit zoned out. What was the question?
You've been discombobulated.
Days. Discombobulate.
um,
Rock
also,
my
Days
gender,
so the
you
question
discombobulate.
the question was, do you find this to be true in your daily life?
About.
Oh, great.
I'm sorry.
I'll read the quote again. Also, on days at risk adolescents use technology more, they experience more conduct problems and higher ADHD symptoms compared to the days they use less technology less.
Technology.
Um. Hmm. I think it's kind of hard for me to answer that because there are days when I heavily rely on like technology, and then there are days when I'm just like, I don't even want to look at my phone. I don't even want to look at my laptop. I just want to lay in bed all day and just play guitar. So
Okay. I'm
I don't
asking
know
you
if that has.
about if you
I'm not.
noticed. Go on.
I'm not sure if that relates to anything, but
Get an A for
I don't
effort.
know. Yeah, I'm trying here.
Man.
Um, like I think I do notice. I don't know how to explain it. It sucks that I don't know how to explain it.
Well, just start blurting out words and I'll form the sentences.
Um, my brain work in ways I no understand.
Your mic work in ways I don't understand.
My brain no work in ways I don't understand.
Well, I was gonna
Um,
I was gonna say maybe put what you're feeling into, but that works.
I don't know if I can. 'Cause I don't know how I feel.
Feel discombobulated.
Discombobulate.
Discombobulated.
Yes.
Dazed.
Fuck
Step
my
one.
body.
Seriously confused.
Step one.
Discombobulate.
Discombobulated. Step two. Discombobulated.
Oh God,
This
Sherlock
is
Holmes.
also.
Uh,
You guys can
Dude,
see
there's supposed to be.
you guys can see this happening in real time. Either we're all tired or we're just all discombobulated.
Discombobulate.
Or of the above.
The adolescents. Okay. So now we're gonna talk about more. Okay, Dan, do you have ADHD?
No, nothing really.
Do you find this to be true with people that you know that have ADHD?
Hmm.
Is that just a subtle mm-hmm?
It was.
Because I could barely hear it. I thought he was
It's
like
like-
clearing
I'm
his
sorry.
throat.
It's just,
It's like- it's-
with discombobulate and the fact that it's 10:51, I just can give a
That's fair.
It's like when Brandon completely zones out, and then when he zones back in, and he hears us all like doing something, he joins in.
discombobulate.
One
Like,
day,
like
one day
last
we
week,
have to
the-
do the clapping thing.
Like
One day
last
we
week
have
or the
to.
other week when we were like, what was it? Last week or the other week, we were all going like, "Oh," and Brandon was like, "Oh," just like right into his mic, and I could hear in his tone of voice. I'm like, Brandon zone.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
come
so let's talk about
on.
the other effects of technology that I was able to find, and I'm gonna ask you guys before I talk about this. Tony,
Okay.
you use
God.
technology.
Yes,
What effects does it have on you?
dude. Okay. Honestly, sometimes I can get irritable with people. Depending on what I'm doing, playing video games sometimes,
Confirm.
or like, or just like looking at something triggering on the internet.
If you ever seen him feed while he's playing Ari mid, yeah, he's gonna
It's
yell.
good. It's because I know it's because I know I'm doing. I'm doing bad, but I know I can do better, and it's just really hard. It's that self expectation that's kind of just a pain, but you know what I mean. It's whatever. Um, but honestly, just like when I'm trying to do work, it's hard for me to stay focused sometimes because I'm usually on Discord, like looking around for someone to chat with, and just like heavily procrastinating on what I should be doing, or like I'm like in the middle of doing something, but I keep like looking back towards Discord and stuff.
Why I
I
close
guess
Discord.
I should, but like
Yeah.
That's actually one reason
Um,
why you don't see me online almost at all during.
I'm in the same situation as Tony. Like, I always do that, and it was really bad for me last semester because like I just didn't want to do anything except just talk to you guys all day.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, without like physically being in the same room, it becomes difficult.
It really is. And
Yeah.
One thing that I learned, because Ryan is new to this, right? Ryan is
Yeah.
relatively new to this. He just started talking to his friends online this year. But my entire life was talking to random internet strangers. And figuring out what they mean and like how they're talking. So
but
I
the thing is,
learned
like,
how not to use facial expressions as a crutch.
Yeah.
So like everything has to do with your tone of voice with
yeah,
which Ryan
and
had a hard time.
yeah, and the
Right,
other thing that made it difficult is, unlike you, Eric, I wasn't talking to people I didn't know in the beginning. Like, I knew
Right.
you, I knew Tony, I knew Dan, Brandon, Jason. I knew like a good chunk of people, um, in one of the servers that we're in together, where it's just like it's exclusively our friend group.
Yeah.
Um, but like once I started like getting more involved in Hestia, I started meeting people I did not know. So,
I just
and I'm
realized the
glad I
term
met
get
a
it.
lot of those,
Sorry.
and I'm glad I met a lot of those people because a lot of them I have become pretty good friends with.
Yeah, I mean, internet people can be your friends. Okay?
Yeah,
And one thing that I've said in the past, and I'm sure this will be hopefully be found uh as true to you guys. Um is the internet is literally just a replication of Earth, right? It is just a replication of what you see on Earth. There's the equally good and bad parts of it. You're never going to have a completely good place, right?
yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
Like
Even
you can
on
do
the
your
internet.
best, but you can do your best to keep it as good as you possibly can.
Exactly. But with the people out there who are like, oh, the internet is full of evil people. I'm like, well, the world's full of evil.
I'm like,
But
stop
we
looking at
don't
the dark places.
we don't we don't focus on them.
No,
Yeah.
Exactly.
good
We
vibes only.
focus- We try to find the focus on what we want and what we find is good for ourselves.
And finding the good in
it's-
people.
It's hilarious because I guess this is getting off topic, but the thing about video games make people violent, that's their perception of, oh, all video games are bad and this is going to, screw people up. But those are also like the bad apples who actually like necessarily really need help and have kind of really taken influence from those games. But
I don't.
it's
Okay, so when it comes to video games create violence, I don't necessarily see it as true. I
Me neither.
see people, right, who maybe get addicted to the things that they are doing in video games, and then they strive to want more because the video game is no longer giving them that thing. That's where I see possibly a connection into the real world. But the normal, healthy human being has a disconnect in video games where they know it's not them doing the things that they're doing. It's a form of escapism. Basically, you're escaping the real world for a while. So it's a little bit different than what a lot of people think about for the mainstream media thing.
Yep. And I also think it's a deflection of blame
Yeah.
at sometimes.
So I'm going to quickly bring up a psychological effect that found in the medicalnewstoday.com article. So
Ooh.
this was from a 2017 study, young adults 19 to 32 years old. Higher social media use made people feel 3 times as, or were more than 3 times as likely to feel socially isolated than those who did not use social media often. So, this is a little bit flawed in what we're talking about, and I'll admit that first because this is specifically social media. It's not not technology, broad sense. But when I use social media, it's a lot different than when I'm Discord or when I'm in any type of chat group, right? When you're in a chat group, it's a lot of one-on-one or a lot of many-on-many conversation, right? Which is nice. It's really nice. Like it makes you feel like a close-knit community. Versus when you're on social media, it feels like, to me, it feels like you're constantly being judged whenever you post. Which,
Yeah.
whenever you post, if it doesn't get a lot of hits or if it doesn't get this, that, or the other thing, it makes you feel like, oh, that wasn't good enough. Which simply is not the case most of the time. Most of the cases is just you didn't have the reach. So, and
Which, okay, sorry. But this is also the same with streaming. Because when you're starting out, I feel like people sometimes have this unrealistic expectation that there's going to be a bunch of people coming into their stream,
oh,
which it's a bold assumption for me because that's what I assume a lot of people are like when they first get into it, especially like a Fortnite streamer and stuff like that. And that's a
Yeah.
pretty big stereotype for me. But
I've
I feel
met
like
some of those guys. I've actually been asked favors, and I complied. I complied with some of them back in the day. I had a friend whose stepbrother streamed Fortnite, and my friend asked me, "Hey, can you put him on your auto host list?" And then he asked me for like stream advice, this display or that display, or this source, and yeah, I'm fine with giving out free information. That's not the problem, but he was expecting having hosts of 0 viewers to bring him more viewers, which
yeah,
like no one's looking at my channel when it's offline.
yeah, exactly. Unless like someone left on AFK, then
Yeah.
they're technically looking at it.
Yeah.
What's freaking weird is that this is something that I hate that Twitch has done. Apparently, back when lurkers were legitimately a thing and counted as a viewer,
Yeah.
you could mute the tab and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you're on a stream and you want to help support, like I'm doing right now, I have the tab muted. But what's kind of screwy is I don't I don't entirely know if this is true or not, but I
It doesn't
don't
count as a
think
view. So
it doesn't count as a view anymore.
this is where it's kind of vague. I'm pretty sure it counts as a view, but you can't get drops.
Okay.
So you can't get like loot from muting.
Then that makes more sense.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong, but
I
I'm
mean,
pretty sure.
but here's the thing: I got a Valorant drop when I like popped into a stream for like all of 2 minutes.
Yeah,
left
same.
for left for 2 days, and I didn't even like leave it on or anything.
Yeah.
Left for 2 days and I still got dropped. So I'm
Yeah.
like, maybe they were just trying to do something else and try to get more people with it, but I don't even know. Anyhow,
I think you just got lucky.
I hope so.
Unlucky because
Rootkit.
Rootkit. Yeah, I really wish it was. It seems like such a fun.
Like it's funny because I tell people, "Oh, Rootkit," and they're like, "Ha, Valorant go burr."
Anyway, next thing
What?
I'm gonna bring up. Next thing I'm gonna bring up is depression and anxiety.
Yay, our favorite.
Our favorite.
Call
our
back to
favorite
episode
thing to
1
talk
where I was
about.
like, "What's up, guys? Killer
Literally.
Keemstar here."
All right, so Tony, have you experienced as an effect of technology specifically?
As an effect of technology specifically. So what are we talking about? Like social media or like
Technology.
streaming? Just technology?
Yes, broad, and then you can tell me the specific thing.
I I don't necessarily think I don't think I'm not gonna say yes or no to this, but I don't really necessarily pay attention to my mental health when I'm on technology. There's certain things that happen, like when I'm interacting with people, because it's all I can really do, interact with people through the web right now. Since I'm literally the only one in my dorm, and not everyone's gonna be out to be like, oh, let's go to Panda Express, which by the way, I don't like your restaurant. It's bad. Not sponsored. Uh, but it's like, oh,
Oh.
let's go out to eat, or oh, let's go to a party, have some fun. No, we can't do that anymore. Like, it's there's some interactions on the web make me depressed. Whether it's like something that you wanted to happen, and it's like, oh, it doesn't happen. Like, it's kind of a bummer. But some other things I'm not gonna get into. It's like it just gets hard, and especially with like you being online and doing a bunch of art stuff and having expectations for yourself, and you look at other people's work, it's like, oh, this is so much better. I'm never gonna be like that. I was in that again self doubt mentality for a while,
Yeah.
and that was a result of me seeing stuff over the web. And again, I'm not going to get into the entire spiel of it again.
Because we did that last podcast.
I know we already mentioned this earlier, but go back and watch the previous podcasts. They were a lot of fun to be on, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun watching them.
Our,
And
our
still
first
are
our
fun to be
first
on.
half were a little rough around the edges, but I think we've
They
probably
were, but they were entertaining nonetheless.
we
Yeah, I
we
mean-
finally found our niche.
Consistency.
Our niche. Yeah.
or Mojo.
Mojo. Yes, we got it
Our
back.
thing.
So
The
Ryan,
thing.
I'm gonna ask you.
And ask me the same thing.
Yeah.
Have I experienced depression and anxiety due to technology?
Yes.
Anxiety? I think so. More when it comes to social media. and it has to do with like political stuff, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, but because I have certain political beliefs that
Your
most do not agree with, I am
Your-
afraid that
your mic
if I
tends to shoot from time to time. I don't know what's up with that.
How do I
goes-
sound now?
It just goes sometimes. I don't.
Like
Your mic queefs.
Tony. Shut up.
It's like we're having a serious conversation. You're like, I think
I can't.
I sometimes get anxiety. Like it's not. I can't take it seriously.
It's all planned comic relief.
So anyway, continue. Oh, we're on her phone now.
No, on my headset
Oh,
microphone. I don't know what's going on. with my-
thank you for calling in today. What did you want to bring to the table?
this is Mr. Racy, yes.
Anyway, so I have certain views that most in America would not typically agree with
Okay,
when it comes to politics, and I'm
continuing.
afraid to voice my opinion because I know I'm just going to get shut down, and I'm going to be called a terrible person, this and that stuff. And I'm
This
like,
is why
I'm
I
just a
tend not
human.
to
I'm
get
just
into.
Yeah, no, and that's why I try not. I try to avoid politics too, because at the end of the day, I am a human just like everyone else. I have flesh, blood. I have eyes, nose, hair, a mouth,
Well,
teeth.
now you start listing things that not everyone has.
Yeah,
like
but you get
like a
shut, shut,
like
shut,
a rod.
shut. What?
What?
I'm trying to censor myself here, okay? Just take
Why
it.
no,
would
you're
you
not.
Out of
even?
it.
What?
Tony,
You know what I mean. Just keep going.
Tony.
Flesh, blood, eyes, teeth, hair. Tony out here thinking humans have natural rods. You know, like
I mean,
I'm sorry, but if we did, we'd get struck by lightning a lot more often. You know, I don't.
Oh
No,
no, I
that's
think he's talking about a different kind of rod.
that's not what
Oh,
I
you
mean.
mean a
But yes.
cane? Only old people use those.
You know what? Fair enough. Let's go. Let's keep going. Man, I guess much like a
Damn.
rod. Much like lightning in a rod, that one got deflected or attracted to something else.
Just
Whatever.
stop. Just
You know what I mean.
You're bad at
Just
this,
stop.
Tony.
You are,
I'm
dude. You're
tired.
okay, Tony. You're making me look funny.
Look,
That's hard to
That's
do.
bad. That's hard to
look.
do.
I know what I want
This
to
is
say.
the
I just
same
don't know how
guy
to
that
deliver it.
laughs whenever I say cancel Ray.
I hate you.
Gross.
Anyway, continue, Ryan.
We all have our moments.
Off of the political stuff.
Yeah. Um, depression, not so much. I mean, I did go through like a pretty lengthy, I think, phase of a depressive state. I don't want to say it's like depression.
Was it during winter?
It was a little bit during winter, but it was before like it was like a personal thing that happened to me
Okay.
that I'd rather not talk about because I'm trying to move on from it.
Okay.
And Eric, I've talked to you about it, and I think you know what I'm talking about. And it affected me for a long time, like 6 months. 6 months is a long effing time.
Yeah, I have stuff that affected me. It's rough because you
Yeah.
keep wanting yourself to get better. Like, why am I not over this yet?
Yeah, it's
Why
like
can't I just move on? So you realize that
you're
you
forcing
can't force
yourself
yourself
to
to do
yeah, you can't force yourself to get better
exactly.
when you just have to let it happen naturally.
This is one of my favorite stories I've heard. A young monk goes to his master
Oh, I remember this.
and says to the master, I can't focus, I can't meditate. I don't know what's wrong with me. So the master tells him to climb the tallest mountain. Sit in a cave at the tallest mountain. Think of nothing. And he goes there and he sits in the mountain. He can't think. He can't think of nothing. He's always constantly thinking about something. And he can't clear his mind. So he comes back down, he tells his master, says, okay, go up and think of a white bear. Goes up, and now he can't think of a white bear. He can think of literally anything else besides a white bear. Comes back down, tells his master, I can't think of a white bear. And the master says, their lesson is you can't force the brain. Just let it flow. And that is a super important lesson, which is you can't force the brain, you have to work with its own flow. Right? Which there's these little neat tricks and tips that you can follow, meditation or like tips to meditating. One of the tips I've received was feet firmly on the ground and imagine yourself by a stream with a tree nearby. Each thought, the tree sheds a leaf and floats down the river. You can either choose to pick up the leaf representing you thinking about that thought or letting it pass on, which is a super helpful tool. Like, that specifically is a super helpful tip for meditation.
I remember that. I think after a league game, I got tilted, and then Eric was like, "Here, try this," and I was like, "F those leaves! I'm letting them flow on." And then this guy freaking got me naturally high, and I
Yeah.
got super fed the next game. It's so weird.
Yeah, he
Tony, I
immediately
got
going.
tilted after a game of League. What else is new?
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you're not wrong, right?
What?
It's gotten better. It's gotten better. I think,
Dan.
anyways.
Dan,
Hmm?
how about you?
Honestly, like we talked so much that I forgot what the original like.
The original question was: have you experienced depression and anxiety in relation to using technology more or at all?
I have experienced those feelings. I don't know if they relate. Actually, yes. It was during my first year of college. I admit that I spent way too much time on my computer rather than doing work, and I really struggled in the first year of college because of that. Because of that, I didn't like it. Just like problem kept building up on a problem kept building up from another problem, and schedule kept getting crunched.
Yeah. And the anxiety started kicking in.
Yeah,
And then you start hitting
basically,
yourself over and over again for
yeah, I got anxious because of the limited time I have, so I go do something to like play video games to release that
Yes.
anxiety,
Yeah.
only to learn that, oh hey, now I'm more anxious because there's less time.
Yeah, avoidance is one of the biggest things, and technology can help you avoid things that you're supposed to be doing, which leads to anxiety. Avoidance of problems is the thing. It's a big mental block that a lot of people try to get. Instead of avoiding your problems, you need them. Um, which is weird because I've experienced this myself. My personality type would tell me to fight every problem I see, right? But the experiences I've had in my life have trained me to start running away from them, which makes it hard because it's like, well, I would normally fight this, but I don't want to. It makes it this weird mix of feelings, and technology assists me with the wrong decisions. So, anything else to add, Dan?
Nothing really.
And we will move on to physical health effects. Eye strain. I'm sure we've all had eye strain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Screen time, screen glare, screen brightness. Too close, too far away. Poor sitting posture.
I am a shrimp.
Yeah.
I am a
Shrimp
shrimp.
gang, what up?
I am actively trying to fix my posture.
Yo, same here. I'm trying to sit up straight more now.
You know,
Sleeping
something that could also
problems.
help.
Sleeping
That is
problems.
something I was just
That's
struggling with.
honestly, yeah, I can see that. I stay up with my phone a
Yeah.
bit too much, but I
Yeah.
also use my phone to help me go to sleep because I like to listen to a video in the background.
Online classes kill my back. Same. Same.
Yes, that's
Hey,
why
We need to
something
get-
I think. Something I think we should all invest in are stand-up desks.
I
Because I
can't.
know
No.
I'm
I
gonna
have
try and
a
get one.
wooden huge desk that I can't move. So
Alright,
no.
cut off
But
wood.
I
Well, that
can.
sucks, doesn't it?
It does. Thank you, Ryan.
You know, maybe when you move out
Maybe.
and
Yeah.
are living on your own,
Yeah.
you can get
Probably.
a stand-up desk.
You know what's weird to think about? Just tonight. This is off. This is a non sequitur. Okay. But just tonight, I was handling my snake. I have a pet snake, Romulus, and I gave him the shot. And I have my
Snack.
uncle hold his head because, believe it or not, a 5-foot snake can get a little antsy when you decide to stab it with a needle. So I just put a box on your desk. I was actually thinking, yeah. But so I was handling him afterwards, and I was just like making sure everything's all right, and like looking at his belly, checking all the other things that you need to check. And my aunt goes, "Joe, I really," he says to my uncle, "I hope we're still alive. See him with his child because this is the way he treats a snake." like,
Aw.
like I'm just sitting there. I'm like doing what you do to take care of a living creature. You check up on its health and make sure everything's fine. But it felt really nice that someone thought that'd be good fit for a parent.
Aw.
I think you would be a good fit for a parent.
Same
Um,
here.
Problem is, I need to get that work ethic done so I can make money from. No,
I think there's a reason why we call you the dad who takes off the training wheels.
yeah, you know what? That's fair.
This is true. Can confirm.
Also
Yeah,
confirmed.
Ryan, Ryan wanted to play League, and Tony's over here. It's like he's not ready for draft. Shouldn't put him in draft. I'm like, he's the level for draft. We're putting him in draft. Anyway,
I'm just like, you bastard.
so
I mean, he's learned.
yeah,
I
so
have.
so back to negative effects or effects of technology. Sleep problems, reduced physical activity. I felt this one. This year so hard.
Actually,
yeah.
what's funny is, okay, so back when I was in high school, I did track, I did cross country, I did all that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm in college now. It's all this one resonates with me now because I'm not doing track or cross country anymore. But I am doing archery. I am doing HEMA, the sword stuff.
I want
We
to
do conditioning
archery.
and stuff. Archery is really fun.
Problem
what's
is
fun?
not that physically demanding.
It isn't, but it's great for your shoulders and your muscles and stuff, your
Yeah.
upper body. I I have a roommate next year, right? And we we both like to run, so we're gonna start running once in a while. Once I think every other morning, maybe. And then my other friends are, I think we're gonna do like an early morning workout routine to get ourselves prepared for like HEMA and archery. Um, I was doing 10 push-ups per day. I was gonna try to get it to 20 push-ups every day, 10 sets in two. Well, not 10 sets, 2 sets of 10 per day, basically.
Sets of
I had I ended up
1,
imagine how
2.
dumb that
Oh,
is.
such an exhausting set.
Oh, okay. I need like an hour break now. Oh my god, my arms are dying. Holy shit, my arm is falling off.
Holy shit.
So if we're gonna mention the term shit, I might as well educate people on where it came from.
Oh, right, my bad.
So technically we're not supposed to be using the term because it's considered a curse word, but
Oops.
it comes from a very interesting source. When we would ship things across the ocean on wooden boats, we would ship manure a lot of the time. And one of the requirements is that you have to put it on the upper deck, right? Because if it was below deck, it would build up methane gas, and if you lit a lantern, you can say goodbye to your ship. So on the side of it, to make sure that they would
poop
put it.
deck.
No,
That sounds. I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds like it makes sense.
that does sound like. So to make sure that they would know where to put it, they would put the acronym SHIT on the box, which stood for Ship High in Transit. So they would ship it on the higher deck. And there you go. That's where it came from.
Oh.
If
Well
that
then.
isn't
That's
that
some cool
interesting?
shit.
Learned a little history today.
Learn some history. We're still not going to be using the word. Anyway.
Ship.
Oh, ship.
Short.
Sugar honey iced tea.
Oh, sure.
Now I want tea. God dang it.
Ryan, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Ryan's
I feel like I'm
I'm
going
pretty tired too. I'm having some of those cookies I made right now.
okay.
By the
So-
way, they're cookie bars, so it's like cookies in the shape of a brownie,
Yes.
and it's
So
if you get it with milk, it's even better.
Ryan, you said you felt the reduced physical activity, right?
Yeah, I've in like May, I was getting like a lot of physical activity. I was
We were working out
probably
together.
before lockdown,
Yeah, before
long
lockdown.
before
Yeah, yeah.
lockdown.
Oh wait,
Um,
right.
I said
was.
May.
Oh, God, I thought you said.
May was like
I thought you were referring to last month.
no,
It's fine.
yeah, um, but no, Eric and I were working out together at
Ergs are the
our
best thing.
community college gym. And he and I would go like every Friday.
Not enough.
It was like
but...
what around. I mean, we were there for like an hour.
Yeah, but
Um,
it's not free.
yeah,
But that's neither here or there.
exactly. But in May, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be in lockdown for a couple of months. Obviously, we all thought it would be like 1 or 2 months.
What the heck did Brandon
Anyway,
bring us in?
Don't worry
Continue.
about it. So I was like going out for walks.
Well, sorry. I want to point out, I love how we
Um,
were talking about this before the podcast, and now he's just like fully embracing it.
Anyway, so am I. I was like going for walks, doing some stationary bike exercises. I was push-ups, sit-ups, and I probably weighed like the lightest I had in a couple of years. I was like 184, 185. Now I'm like 195.
why is that you cheat?
Bro.
Sorry.
What?
Thank you for the bit cheers. I am so bad at this. I thought it was an animated emote. I was like, oh look, that's cool. Where'd you get the animated emotes, bro?
Bruh.
Anyway, continue.
But yeah, like the further and further time went on, I just felt less and less motivated to actually do any workout. But obviously over time I've learned it's not about motivation, it's about discipline.
Exactly. It's discipline, which I've been lacking, but
Same.
I'm slowly getting back into the groove.
Yeah, I definitely am trying to get back into it as well. So, and now that I'm like on my feet again, working again, moving around a little more, I hope to be, better physically, feeling better physically about myself, because
Yeah.
whew, I am not used to being on my feet for 7 hours straight. because
I need to
damn,
start
were
hiking again.
my feet were sore my first day back to work. That mainly because I was wearing my Converse and I don't have
Oh,
good
why did you ever
insoles.
do that to yourself? Oh my god. Dude,
I have insoles in them, but they're not
okay,
great.
So, okay, when I worked at Wendy's, we would have to wear non-slip shoes that we'd buy at a store, right? By the
Mhm.
way, I still slipped, even though it's a non-slip.
Damn hamburger grease.
Ba- Pretty much. So basically, they had soles in them, but my feet were still destroying me after the entire day. Like, that's
Yeah.
probably like the one thing that I hated the most about working, like somewhere in the back. Yo.
Fire Wendy's Hamburger Square.
Because they don't want to cut corners.
There you go. Yes, you got it right. Because they don't cut corners.
I hate you both.
That's literally the reasoning.
It is.
I
It is.
know. I know it is, but I hate you both.
When my manager was trying to recruit me, he said, we're like the Mercedes of fast food industries. McDonald's is like a Toyota, and Burger King is like I don't know, a Subaru or some shit. Or I
wouldn't say
mean,
Subaru.
some sugar honey iced tea.
I'd say Burger King is like that beat up car that your grandmother gave you because you really wanted to get to college one day.
My
Like
Mustang.
And what about McDonald's?
McDonald's is
Toyota.
like a 2001 Mustang you picked up off of a
It wasn't even on a used car lot. It was my grandmother's. She gave it to me.
The thing with 2001 Mustangs is that they look incredibly good from the back, but then you get to the front and it's like, what is this?
The front's kind of meh, but I mean, the entire body is pretty sweet.
Now, 2011 Foresters.
Boy.
I remember that. We'll get back to you, Ryan.
I don't know about you, but have you seen Jeep Renegades?
I remember when Tony passed me, and then I took a random turn and then came late, and then I
Oh, yeah.
and I just rolled up next to him and then kept driving, and then I parked and he's like, "What was that?" And I'm like, "You flexed speed on me, but I just flexed my miles per gallons on you." Because I kid you not, that entire day I was driving, my needle did not move.
Damn, that's funny.
Yeah.
Dude, my needle doesn't even work. I'm not even kidding.
My god. Anyway,
I
Ryan.
have to go off the tryptometer.
Ryan.
Hmm.
Ryan. No.
Oh, I was
with you
done.
not. Oh, okay. Damn.
Hmm.
You've been hit by the reduced physical activity?
Yes.
How hard,
Yes,
Dan? How hard?
I'm trying to get back into physical activity fairly recent. Like I've been at least walking around my neighborhood.
I'm gonna start doing that. Because
I mean, I was somewhat physically active when I was in college because I need to walk to classes.
I would spend like an hour to 2 hours after I'm done with my classes just walking around campus just to get exercise.
And also
That's same.
once every week or so, I would end up going out to a pharmacy, walking to that,
walking.
walking to
We
the
need-
pharmacy to get some stuff.
Lifing is not an exercise.
We need to take like a group walk through the park.
Bro, you sound like a
Sometimes, like-
suburban mom. You need to power walk together sometime.
Sometimes,
No, I never said power walks.
Get the shake
Times
weight.
No. But we can hike together.
Eric, get the
Yeah,
shake
that would be
weight so you
fun.
can power walk.
but yeah,
The
ever
shake
since-
weights. We need the shake weights.
But yeah,
What are you, Yenta?
But
What
yeah,
is it?
ever since COVID, I have not been very active of recently, and technology has not helped.
Yeah.
It hasn't.
Technology just tells me sit here and get your dopamine rushes.
Through memes.
Oh wow.
Sit here and play Skyrim for the 100th time.
Through the power of Big Chungus,
Just-
I will get my dopamine.
Is Brandon in Member Lounge?
Just yeah, he
Yes.
is. Just swarm Brandon for the 50th time and watch him complain about how Zergling rushes are BS.
Which, by the
Or
way,
how League sucks, but he plays it anyway when he's bored.
hey,
Exactly.
Eric, speaking of Zerg Rush, look in StarCraft's.
I will when we're done.
Yeah, that's what I was
Um,
referring to earlier.
Okay. The last thing is.
Shall we drag Brandon in here?
I'll join you guys after the podcast. The last thing is this says in children, but I think this can be applied to college students because we're basically adult children.
Very much so.
That we are.
Low academic performance, lack of attention, low creativity, delays in language development. That doesn't. But low academic performance, lack of attention, and low creativity. Higher BMI, addiction to technologies, aggressive behaviors, poor sleep quality, physical inactivity, social issues. So yeah, what do you think of that?
I would say some are true, at least from my experience, but definitely not places like creativity.
I say I don't have low creativity. I just shoot down my ideas before I ever start working on them. And then
Which you should not do.
but I feel like I'd fail at them.
This is why you just keep them on a whiteboard and stuff,
Oh,
and
like,
you can revisit them later.
Last night I was sketching something and I ended up really hating it, so I just crumbled it up. It's fuck it. I'll try it again another time.
Oh, dropped an F-bomb.
Ah, crap.
Sugar honey iced tea. I dropped an
Okay.
F-bomb.
All right.
I'm kind of in the same situation where if like last week or the week before, I can't remember. We were talking about songwriting for me and Brandon. There have been times when I've written songs that I thought were going to be really good, and then I hear them in my head, and it's like, eh. Then again, that's the case with most of my songwriting, but you get the idea.
This is called the artist cycle. Welcome.
Yeah, it sucks.
low academic performance.
That I
So,
can.
A lot of my childhood was spent very heavily just pounding into me the fact that grades matter more than anything. Where your success means more than your health and stuff like that. So a lot of the times I'll just my academics performance I force myself to try to be best of the best academic, which is also rough sometimes. I feel like I miss out on something. Wait, Ryan, you said you
Yeah, last semester for me was a real struggle. Because kind of like going back to the conversation we were having earlier, I had little to no motivation to do any of my schoolwork. I just wanted to open up Discord and talk to you guys all day.
and I think the problem is one of the problems was I'm basically available whenever because I'll say I'll this conversation had to have happened between me and you or Ryan at some point where
Oh, yeah.
where you go, are you free right now? I'm like, yeah, I'm free, and then I'll join and I'm like, oh, I got homework to do in like 3 hours, and you're like, is it due at 11:59? Yeah, I'll get it done in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, this is your curse, your blessing and your curse, and you still somehow do well.
It's because I know when you figure out what the teacher wants from you, to just provide it. That's the biggest thing. That's why I always ask the teachers, "What do you want from me? What
Yeah.
exactly do you want on this project?" And then
And I've
I
been
give it
doing
to
that
them.
more. I've been doing that more this semester and saying like, "Hey, this part's confusing me, and
I
I don't
failed at
understand this."
I failed at this not last week, but the previous. I didn't start a lab soon enough. I really should have, and I was very confused on the instructions, and I had no right to actually uh, ask her questions. I didn't feel. I just sent it in as is. I'm probably gonna, if not lower. Um, but
Mm.
but every other lab I've sent in has been on 100, so I have a buffer. I think
Yeah.
I think there's just way too much pressure put on people about grades. My mom would literally scream hours because grades that I literally just have so much. Yeah, I feel about that. I feel that like super hard.
Same.
Personally, I would change the grading system. And you may think that this is harsh, but my own opinion, I think it should be a pass fail system. You either pass or you don't. Because let's be real, if you don't know the subject, you don't know the subject. There's no reason you should be passing without knowing the subject. Right? So also, maybe rework some of the requirements to get a degree. I don't know. I get why electives exist, but also optional, maybe? That'd be nice.
Yeah. Honestly, one of my teachers right now, he's one of those people who's like, look, we're in an art school. Grades are not necessarily going to reflect on your performance, and if you know, as long as you're passing and you're still doing work that you're happy about and that you feel good about, and I can tell you've put work into, then it's fine. He's perfectly fine with like, you
I
know,
I
not having like a proper grading system and
I
stuff.
felt
You
I
know.
felt one of the biggest things was my midterm passed for this past, it was not this week. Um and I studied so hard for that. I think Tony remembered me studying.
Yeah, you were like not on for 2 days.
Yeah, I studied for like
I'll be right back.
15 hours something.
15 hours. What the heck?
Huh?
Just to make sure
Boy.
that I understood like most of the stuff. And even then I felt like I didn't understand most of the stuff. I ended up getting an A, but like I was like, "Oh my god, I don't." I studied a lot of like the wrong stuff. Not the stuff that was necessarily on the exam. Never mind, too tired. I'm going. You guys are putting me to sleep. Good night, dude.
See, Brandon.
But yeah, I studied a lot for that. Anyway, Dan, we'll get to you. Have you felt any? Have we already gotten to you?
Of
Poor sleep. Oh yeah, you said no low creativity. Said the others
yeah,
may apply. Okay.
like I kept I was just drawing this one image and I just couldn't make it look good, even if I was sketching. At least that's how I felt.
So for those who are listening right now and who's made it to the end of the 1 hour 40-ish minute segment of podcast segment, but 1 hour and 40-ish
Basically,
podcast.
what you're saying is we made it through the podcast.
So thank you, Tony.
Oh,
I'm going to
sorry,
tell
I
you
was gone for a second.
that I'm going to be coming out with a new type of content. It's not high effort content, but I'm sure you learned to accept that from me by now. And it is me narrating League of Legends short stories. Each champion has short stories written about them. I'm gonna start with my main. I'm gonna start with Poppy. She has one story. She has her bio and then one story. And I'll narrate both of them. And I don't know how I'm going to fit them together. I don't know if I'll do like per champion, like these are all the short stories for a champion, or if it's going to be per short story. I'll figure that out then. But I already have like basically the entire idea set up ready to go. So I'm not gonna make any promises of when it'll come out, but I'm going to aim maybe second week of April. Uh, if not earlier, later, give or take a week or so. So yeah, on that note, I'm gonna end this podcast. So go ahead, guys, say your final goodbyes. Or
Thank you all
Say
for
goodbyes.
joining us.
Thank you
And
for joining. Go check.
sorry that we're so tired.
Yeah. Go check out previous episodes on the podcast on Eric's YouTube channel. Eric, do your outro.
Thank you for watching. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike, leave a comment if you have anything to say to me, and remember, you will always have a home right here at the Hearth. See you in the next episode.